Your spine open up. It's great. It's brilliant.
The Teeter table is the best health investment that I've ever made.
No pills, no appointments. Get natural back pain relief at home in just minutes a day. Save big on the all-new Teeter Fit Spine for a limited time only at tryteeter.com. Plus, get 0 down, 0% interest, free shipping, and a 60-day return guarantee. Get your happy back at tryteeter.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new product, My Slippers. What makes My Slippers different from those other slippers is my exclusive 4-layer design. I wanted My Slippers to have everything you'd ever want in a pair of slippers.
When I first put my slippers on, I was like, wow, they feel great, and most importantly, they have the support that I need in a pair of slippers.
I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know we're having the biggest My Slipper closeout sale ever. Get our all-season My Slippers and sandals at clearance prices. They're made with our patented impact gel that absorbs and releases pressure so you can comfortably wear them all day long. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our all-season My Slippers, originally on sale for $59.98, now only $25, or our sandals for just $19.50. Quantities are extremely limited, so please order now.
We got the house! We did!
Pods handles the driving. Pack at your pace, store your things until you're ready, then we deliver to your new home, across town or across the country. Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Allison Maloney. A new report from Open the Books says the U.S. has spent $13 billion sponsoring unaccompanied minor children at the border since 2012. This as the U.S. grapples with the surge in migrants in big cities after the end of Title 42. Joining us now with the details is CEO and founder of OpenTheBooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski, and former acting CBP Commissioner and Heritage Foundation visiting fellow Mark Morgan. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Adam, I was looking at this report. This is staggering. Report shows the cost of an unaccompanied minor is average $18,000. Can you break down these findings for us?
Yeah, and it's getting more expensive, Allison. This is the unintended consequences of a loose border, open border policy, especially on the southern border. So you have $13 billion over the course of the last decade at U.S. taxpayer expense to take care of unaccompanied minor children. Look, we're a welcoming country. We have to spend the money to take care of them. But this is the result of a loose border policy. And it's getting worse. So year over year, last year, we spent $2.7 billion on the unaccompanied children program. That was up $1 billion from the previous year. We had to take care of 260,000 unaccompanied minors over the course of the last 2 years. We have already had 81,000 minors that we've had to take care of this year in 2023. Allison, do the math on that. That's 340,000 unaccompanied minors. That's half the population in the states of Wyoming or Maine.
That's unbelievable. And then, you think about everything that's happened just over the last few months, what that number will be moving forward. Mark, we saw reports over the weekend that the CBP is funding non-government organizations to assist in the travel, food, and shelter for illegal migrants, coordinated by FEMA. Now, the CBP denies this, but what's your reaction?
Look, it's a long list of what I call lies by omission. I learned a long time ago that the intentional omission of a material fact is the same thing as a lie. Here's where they're lying, Allison. It's a Ponzi scheme. What they're doing right now is they're using FEMA's food and shelter program. And what they've done is they've deviated about $800 million from that program that is supposed to give aid, food, and shelter to Americans after following a natural disaster. They funded that off to fund NGOs, non-governmental organizations, who then it's the NGOs that are providing the food, shelter, and transportation anywhere in the United States that the illegal alien wants to go. So absolutely, the taxpayers are funding this, and they're diverting it through what I refer to as a Ponzi scheme to the NGOs, and this is another lie by this administration.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of people aren't talking about. A lot of the news organizations, Adam, they're not reporting it. What we've been talking about is how migrants are being housed across the country. As Mark said, hotels, some school gymnasiums, police stations in these big sanctuary cities like here in New York. Your report shows the cost of an unaccompanied child is double what Texas spends per child annually on K through 12 education. What's your reaction?
Yeah, it's expensive. And like I said, the problem's even getting more expensive. So you actually have this unaccompanied minors program through the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and they just testified in front of Congress. There's 85,000 of these unaccompanied children they can't locate anymore. There are credible allegations of whistleblower testimony in Congress of child trafficking. So you've got the worst elements of society taking advantage of the chaos. They actually can't locate 85,000 of these minor children. You've got whistleblowers giving testimony that there is a house where there's 50 unaccompanied minors that are sponsored out of that house. You've got folks that speak one language picking up a child that speaks another language. You've got multiple actors, picking up multiple children at multiple locations. This is a human health catastrophe, and our U.S. government is an unwilling, participant in a billion-dollar human trafficking scheme.
Yeah, Mark, to Adam's point, there's these kids. We can't find these kids. Some of them, reports are saying they are even placed with abusive sponsors. How are these sponsors even being vetted?
Yeah, that's the question. Look, what Adam said is completely accurate, except one thing that I'll say is the government, this isn't unwitting. They know what they're doing. This is intentional. They know exactly the process. Look, make no mistake. Their goal is not to care for these unaccompanied minors. It's a processing mill. It's to process them and get them out of their custody as fast as possible. And now, once they do that, they're like, we're out. That's the responsibility of each individual state's Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
And to your question with respect to the vetting, there is no meaningful vetting done. Of the 340,000 unaccompanied minors in the past 27 months, HSS doesn't conduct any home visits. They don't know who's in the home. They don't know what ends up with these individuals. 85,000 lost. Here's where we know some of them are. They're working in unbelievable conditions and meatpacking plants and other horrible
the trafficking, the stories we hear. And thank you, Mark, for continuing to tell the story. Adam, thank you for uncovering all this. Appreciate it. And stay